stand up and worship with us today. Your love, oh Lord, reaches to the heavens. Your faithfulness stretches to the sky. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountains, yeah. Your justice flows like the ocean's tide. And I will lift my voice to worship you, my King. And I will find my strength in the shadow of your wings. Your love, oh Lord, reaches to the heavens. Your faithfulness stretches to the sky. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountains, yeah. Your justice flows like the ocean's tide. And I will lift my voice to worship you, my King. And I will find my strength in the shadow of your wings. And I will lift my voice to worship you, my King. And I will find my strength in the shadow of your wings. Your love, oh Lord, reaches to the heavens. Your faithfulness stretches to the sky. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, and I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. I have lived in the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. Father, thank you for this time just to come together, just to worship you and to learn more about you in this setting of just our classes and as well with chapel. Please be with us today as we learn a little bit more about how we are kept safe, that you will give us ears to listen as well as minds that will be open to seeing how tactical things can be used for good and mischief, I guess. In Jesus' name. Those moments.
All right, thank you so much. Oops, I knew this would happen. So I'll just lean on this while I make your favorite part of the morning, which is announcement time, right? Yes, thank you for cheering for the announcement. So on September the 12th, what's happening in the movie room at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Apologia Club, yes, let's continue on with that. On Wednesday, a week from today, where do you need to be from 10 a.m. to noon? SLC, because what's happening there? The ministry fair, yes, you will want to be there. So don't come here, go to the SLC. From 10 to 12, you will meet many people involved in churches and ministries, and so you'll want to take advantage of that. Also, Monday, September the 8th, is Department Chapel, which means you're going to meet with your colleagues that have the same major as you. So don't come in this room or you'll be saying, wow, this looks like an independent study class. I'm the only one. So don't do that. And why do we make announcements? And why do I want you to pay attention to announcements? Because let me tell you a story, okay? Once upon a time, this was Saturday. We had hired someone to do some yard work for us, and they sent us a picture of the completed work, and they were at the wrong house. Yes, and they called the cops on my friend who was doing the yard work, supposedly for us, but went to the neighbor's house, because our address is 2353, 2353, and he went to 2335. He did a great job for them, and they're very appreciative. And so that's why I want you to pay attention to announcements, because I'd hate for you to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and have the cops called on you. That is not a good thing to happen, right? At least I don't think you'd want to have the cops called on you. So anyway, so that is it. So, and one final announcement. This is amazing. This is like hot off the press. That there is still time. The window is up. The door is open for you to get Royals tickets until noon today, which means as soon as chapel is over, run, don't walk, to Jolene's office, which is on the second floor of Madison Hall, and she will be happy to take your money so you will have a ticket to the game on Friday against the Twins, right? So if you, after the closing prayer, if you run, we'll know where you're going, okay? Unless you're like really hungry, and then we think you're going to go eat, everything. So that, one other announcement for you. Later this week, you will be receiving an email from either myself or Kara detailing to you which house you are in. And you say, what's a house? If you've been here before, you know that we had freshman class, sophomore class, junior class, senior class. What we're doing this year is putting an assortment of students, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, in houses, and there are going to be 3 houses. And this is where you come in. Those of you who are saying, I never have anything to do, I never feel like my leadership is being developed, this is your moment to shine. We need to have a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer for the Student Senate, And we need to have a president and a vice president for each house. So if you've ever wanted to be a president, vice president, or secretary, or treasurer, this is your moment to shine. So once you get that email and you see who's in the house and you want to run, please send me an email or stop by my office. Elections will be held at the end of next week, and Adam will send you a link whereby you can vote once for the candidate of your choice and everything. So please take advantage of that, because many of you involved makes everyone's life easier and serves your colleagues, your fellow students better as well. Today, I'm going to put this up here for now so I don't hurt myself with it. Today is Security Chapel. How many of you like to be safe and secure? Yes. How many of you think you need to know more about being safe and secure? Oh, like everyone knows everything about being safe and secure already. I don't know everything about being safe and secure. So Jacob O'Dwyer is our Director of Security, Head of Security, whatever you want to call him, of security. He is going to talk to us about security and how you can be safe. Please pay attention, because he's going to give you a lot of information that will be important, because as they say, in the event of an actual emergency, you'll want to know what to do, right? So you don't perish, all right? So would you give it up for my friend and Director, Head, whatever, of Security, Jacob O'Dwyer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, good morning. Welcome back from, well, it wasn't too long of a break, but Labor Day break. I have the privilege of talking to you about the security department, what we do, what some advice we have for you, some procedures, some information. Today is going to be primarily informational rather than devotional, so we're going to take a break from that. This is essential. Most of this is essential information you'll need to know and that we need to convey to you. So if you'll bear with me, I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible if you guys will hear me out. But as Dean Ron said, I am the Director of Security. I was going to make my guards come up here and introduce them to you, but none of them wanted to do that, so I'll spare them that. But it's me during the day, and I've got a team of student guards at night. They're great. And they are the ones locking up, checking on things, making sure everything's taken care of after hours. Oh, shoot. Forgot my clicker. There we go. I was going to make Daniel do all the slides. But I guess I can do them myself. Does that work? There we go. Cool. Security department. Alrighty. The purpose of the Calvary University Security Department is threefold. Firstly, to promote a safe and secure environment for students, staff, faculty, and visitors. Secondly, to provide and protect for Calvary's property. And thirdly, to increase awareness through appropriate crime prevention programs. We protect the people, we protect the things. I dropped my stick. And we try to teach you how to take better care of yourself. Right before we get into it, one of the best sources of information you can have, just readily available, are these emergency procedure packets. We have them, we try to have them in every classroom, office, and dorm room. And if you haven't read through them, I would recommend them. They're not very long, they're not very extensive, but they give you basic information on how to handle things. So if you need to, our 24-hour number is on there. 911, if you didn't know, that number is on there. Give you instructions on how to contact people in an emergency situation. If you need to know about what to do during a gas leak, we have information on that. If you need to know about hazardous materials, explosions, fires, bombs or suspicious objects, it gives you some basic first aid information. What to do during a tornado or an active shooter incident. And then, I'll talk about these later, but we have these colored pages that'll become more pertinent later. But yes, check that out if you will. That's one of our resources we try to make available to you just so you are informed on what to do in various circumstances. Among the things we do to inform you, we have and protect you. We engage in intruder and active shooter response engagement. And so we'll talk much more about active shooter scenarios later today, but for now, we handle that. We do security escorts. If you're on campus and you need to get from one place to another and you can't for some reason, whether you are uncomfortable, you feel like someone's following you, it's bad weather out, and you don't want to walk all the way to the SLC, we're not a shuttle service, but if you need a escort, we can handle that for you. We run, with the help of IT, the Emergency Text Alert Program, or ETAP. If you are new to this, new to Calvary as your first year, you may not know what this is. Essentially, when we need to communicate with everyone in the Calvary body at once, we send out a message on the ETAP. Everyone gets it. You'll get some combination of a call, a text, or an email, probably multiple depending on your preferences that you signed up for. And this is just a way for us to communicate during an emergency, get information to everyone at the same time, because in a critical scenario, information is key and communication is necessary. We handle vehicle registration. That's probably how you know us best so far. We give you your parking passes. We run a camera system. You notice we have cameras around. That is to deter crimes from happening and also to have evidence for when situations happen on campus. We control access control to the buildings. We supply the campus with AEDs and first aid kits. AEDs are automatic external defibrillators, and those are in most of our major buildings. We also run training for specifically, and this will be something that is a kind of an announcement, but we train all our guards in first aid, specifically in AED and CPR training. So if you're having a heart situation, they know what to do. We're having classes later this month. If you are interested in joining in, this is not a required thing. It will cost you money if you engage in it, but it will equip you to handle a medical emergency better. If you wish to join in the Calvary Security Department and learn that, please come talk to me. Like I said, there will be a cost to this. It's not very high. It will be like a 3-hour affair, both online and in person, but this is a good resource to help you prepare for emergency scenarios. So if you'd like to be involved with that, please come talk to me afterwards. I'd like to walk you through, if you do not have this yet, this is our security cell phone number. It is this cell phone. It is carried by either me or one of the guards, 24/7, 365. If you need to get a hold of us for anything, that's the number to call. If you do not, I don't think this is going to work. If you do not have that number, 816-898-2989, please note it down. And there'll be several instances to note it down throughout the day. Alrighty. This is the map of the campus. I'm sure you're all familiar with that by now. If you haven't figured it out, the layout of the land around us is a little weird. Different people own different things. Everything in the colored portion is under Calvary Security's jurisdiction. So I won't go too far. The right side there, you see everything on the east side of Kensington Avenue, where we are. That all belongs to us. On the other side, it gets a little spotty, but that is all the places we cover. If you see something that concerns you off campus, we can help with that, but we are not licensed to control anything other than those areas. All right, let me see here. All right. One of the things we want to do is equip you to keep yourself safe. We are obviously here to help with that. But the first line of defense in protecting yourself is taking the steps in your own life to protect yourself. The best way to protect yourself is by being personally and mentally present. So being aware of your surroundings and being mentally prepared for when an emergency scenario happens. We're not asking you to walk on eggshells and be always worried, what if a truck comes off the road and hits me? What if a dangerous individual comes on campus? But you need to be aware. And one of the things we want to instill in you is a way to think about safety and where to have your head mentally, shall we say. And one of the things we use is the Cooper Awareness System. You can look this up later on your own. I'll run you through it real quickly here. But this is just a way of thinking about your mental aware state and kind of assigning them to colors. So we'll say the worst state is what we call condition white. This is relaxed or unaware. You're just blissfully obvious. There's nothing, walking through the world, not a care in the world. You're oblivious to what is going around you. This is often caused by being tired or stressed or occupied, and you're totally unprepared for anything. This is not a good thing. The next one, condition yellow. This is what we would call relaxed, alert, or normal. This is where most people should be. And this is just, you realize something might happen. You're not petrified with fear, but you're keeping a lookout around you, making sure everything is good. there's no specific threat, but you're just aware of your surroundings. Your mental presence of mind can be conscious of and deal with those situations. Now, say you're walking down the road and you're aware, and then you see something odd. You might move now to what we call condition orange. This is a specific alert. You go from being just generally aware that something happened of, oh, something probably is happening now. Maybe you see someone where they aren't supposed to, or a wild animal, or a medical situation happening. And this is, you sense something is out, and all right, your focus is on a specific threat, and you are preparing for that specific threat, and you are ready to do what is necessary. In this case scenario, this is what we'd say you would call security. You'd say, hey, I see this thing. We'll talk about some of the situations of where you might see a threat and call us. Now, consider that things progress and all of a sudden you move to what we call condition red. This is fight or flight. This means something is actively happening in the moment and immediate and decisive action needs to be taken. This has now moved on from needing security to calling 911. We please call us too, but the general rule, if you take away anything today, is if a real emergency is happening, please call 911. We want to help you as much as we can. 911, the police, the fire department, all that are much better prepared to handle those scenarios than we are. So make sure we get notified at some point. But if a real emergency is happening, please call 911. All right, we're going to move on to a pretty heavy subject here, active shooter and intruder response. I'm going to show you a video here in a minute that will describe how to handle an active shooter situation on campus. Please pay attention and understand that this video may be triggering for some of you. But it is important that we convey the information on how to handle these situations to you because we do not rise to the occasion in an emergency, we sink to the level of our preparation. So if you're not prepared beforehand, you're going to be in a bad spot. It's our job to prepare you. So we're not trying to freak you out. Unfortunately, this is a growing problem in our world today, and it's something we need to be aware of. This doesn't mean that we're expecting this to just happen, but we're preparing. We expect the best and prepare for the worst. Side note, this is not made by Calvary. This is a video from Ohio State University. They have different resources than us, so you might have to transliterate some of this information, but the procedures are all the same. So we'll talk more about this after the video, if you can pull it up, Daniel. And about but other than the names changing, you know, we're not the I think the Buckeyes. Other than the different names in the video, this applies to us. So please join with me in watching this. You'll never be in this situation, but it is our job to prepare you for this in case we do. Most people are not prepared for this scenario. And in it, in emergencies in general, they go much quicker than you would think. Seconds matter. This is a graph here of the median response time of emergency responders in minutes. I don't know if you can see that. But the average response time is within 2 to 5 minutes, or an average, what is it? That's a mean of 3.58 seconds, or minutes, which is a long time if we have a dangerous person on campus. So we run you through this because we want to equip you to, if this, God forbid, if this should ever happen, that you can handle it as well as possible. The key, as they said run. The nomenclature we use is get out. You can't be hurt if you're not near where the person is. So if you can, at any time during an incident, active shooter incident, get away and get as far away as possible. And please call 911. They need to have all the information possible if they're going to handle this situation. They said, if you cannot get away, if there is an aggressive individual in your building, engage in, pardon me, I'm behind on slides. We're going to engage in lockout. So that is, if the shooter appears to be outside or inside your building, you cannot escape. Enter a room, turn off the lights, close and lock all windows, and close window blinds. Lock and barricade doors. Turn off radios, computer monitors, anything that could make a noise, including silence cell phones. Keep everyone around you calm and out of sight. Keep yourself out of sight and take adequate cover behind concrete walls, desks, filing cabinets, bookcases, anything that can protect you from bullets. Be aware of the difference between cover, something that can stop a bullet, something thick that they can't shoot through, and concealment. Both are good, but understand the difference. Unfamiliar and unknown voices may be misleading and trying to give you false assurance. If we are in this situation and you have barricaded yourself in a room, do not open the door to anyone unless it is a uniformed officer who presents identification to you. If you are not sure, if you have any inkling of doubt that this might not be a legitimate person, call 911 and they will tell you whether or not it is safe to come out. In this situation, the only authority we will answer to is the police, because they will be in handling the situation. And God forbid, if an intruder enters a room, attempt to defend yourself. Take whatever precautions you can, anything you can use as a weapon, chairs, books, fire extinguishers, anything like that. Try to swarm the person. This is not the time to be a hero, so don't actively go out and seek to hunt down a person who is threatening our campus. This is if you are trapped and you have no other recourse. It's your life versus theirs. Yes, because these are extreme circumstances. Also be aware, sometimes there could be multiple individuals involved. If this happens, the police will be on site. We will be sending out information through the ETAP as we can. It is important to have an awareness of how you would handle that situation if it were to ever come up. Later this semester, we'll be running an active shooter drill where we'll be simulating an individual going through these buildings. You'll get an alert on your phone probably through the ETAP, and it'll say this is a test, so don't worry, you'll be perfectly clear that it is not a real active shooter incident. But when you get that, we'll have you seek concealment like someone was coming through. And we'll have security individuals moving through the buildings and checking and giving advice, giving any correction to better handle that if we will. We will alert you before this. We won't just spring this on you. You will know ahead of time before this comes up. And I will, once we get that scheduled, I will be sending out information to everyone. But that's something to be preparing for. We also will run fire and tornado drills. I'm going to talk about those now. But another thing we could run into is a fire. If you see signs of a fire, so smoke, an active fire, you smell burning, please pull activate a pull station. So there's like one back there. See that red thing? They're in pretty much every room by law. Keep an eye out for those. Figure out where your pull stations, your fire extinguishers are, because that will alert the 911 that we have a fire going on here. After that, contact security. Let us know so we can start manning an evacuation. If the fire is small and you have appropriate training and can get to a fire extinguisher, please, you can combat the fire. Do not endanger yourself, though. If you have any doubt in your ability to handle that, do not just get away from the situation. If you are able to use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. That's pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. First, you pull the pin on the fire extinguisher, aim the nozzle, the base of the fire, the thickest part there, squeeze the handle, and sweep the nozzle back and forth. Now, that may or may not stop the fire. It is key. Do not put yourself in danger if there's a fire. If the fire does grow too big, assist in alerting people around you that there is a fire going on. There's probably going to be fire alarms going off, but make sure people know to get out. Close. Do not lock doors behind you. This will help contain the fire. If you've ever been in Madison, if you think back to Madison Hall, we have all those doors closed. Those are fire doors. That is to help keep the fire from spreading to different parts of the building, and that can help contain that. Evacuate the area. Do not use elevators. If you use an elevator during a fire, you can put yourself in a very dangerous situation that could ultimately end up in death. So use the stairs if we're in a fire. And do not re-enter a building with a fire in it until the fire department gives the clear. Not your friends or your RDL or even security, but the fire department. All right? Emergency exits. We'll channel our stewardess mode here, but know where your emergency exits are. They will be marked with a bright sign. And if the power goes out, they are battery operated, we'll have emergency lights come on that will help illuminate the way out. These are periodically tested, and they are gone through annually by the alarm company. So they work, and they could be the difference between life and death in this scenario. All right, I'm pulling up this map again. If we have a fire and you need to evacuate, there are several different places you're going to go. So if you're in the dorm, you're going to want to evacuate out onto the lawn opposite the parking lot. Don't stop here. Don't stop in the parking lot. Stop there. The reason for that is because the fire department's going to come in through here, and they're going to need this space. So get as far away from the building as possible. If you're in the gym or the Sabre, or maintenance, please evacuate out into this field here for the same reasons. SLC or the library, this field out here just south of Bong. If you're in the center of campus, where we are now, in Conference Center, Education, or Madison, it's your evacuation point is this lawn here in the center. And that'll get you away from the fire and out of the firefighters' way so they can do their job. If you should get stuck in a building, whether there's a fire or smoke in the way, remain in your room, close the door, and put something at the base of the door so that smoke and fire cannot get through. And you're going to want to please alert security or someone. We need to know that you are still stuck in the building, so when the fire department gets here, we can send them to you so that you do not remain there. Call us, put something in the window so that we can see. And we will, and the fire department can get you. We will run, like I said, we'll run a fire drill later this semester as well. That'll just involve us setting off the fire alarms. It will be loud. I'm going to give you a heads up now. And they're going to run for a long time. But that'll simulate what it'll be like to be in a fire situation. And then we'll just have you all evacuate out to safe places. Finally, tornado. You all from the Midwest know how likely tornadoes are. We're not in imminent danger from them. This is the most likely of the three of these two that we're going to run into. We have not had any significant damage from a tornado ever, so you don't need to live in fear. Like the others, we're going to prepare for it so we can handle it well. But if you get a tornado alarm, which are not run by Calvary, but the city. We'll also send out an ETAP. If you get that, move to the tornado shelter closest to you. In general, I'll walk through our tornado shelters, but in general, this is a room on the lowest level of the building, on the interior of the building. You don't want to be near windows or any entryways, and you want to be near the center or the strongest part of the building, just in case things turn. I believe, yes, we have a list here. All right. In Madison Hall, the administration building, your tornado shelter is in the basement, just inside the lobby there. Cafeteria or the SLC, you go to the library basement. The library also goes to the library basement. Conference center, here we are. The Warrior Cafe, or the first floor restrooms, and then the board game room. You know that room just off the side with the, not the ping pong room, but the room just adjacent to that. Dorm, you go to the first floor wings. So if you go in the dorm on the first floor, about halfway down the hallway, there's these big metal doors. You're going to go past those. You want to close those so that nothing gets through, and so everyone is encased and protected should any debris get in. Education building is also the basement. Gym is in the central office hallway. The men's restroom or shower, not the women's because the women's has a window, or the central offices. Maintenance is a central hallway there. Saber, the interior offices, the ones that are in the center of the building and have no windows. Stay out of rooms below large roof sections such as the gym, the chapel, or the student life center because those are weaker areas and the roof could collapse if the tornado is strong enough. When you've reached your shelter, sit or kneel on the floor against the wall with your hands on your head to protect your vitals. Do not leave your shelter unless instructed to do so. Security personnel will be moving around during a tornado and making sure that everyone is where they need to be, that everyone has found shelter. And we will let you know when it is safe to come out. If you are outside, seek shelter in the closest building you can find. If you cannot, you're just out in the open, find a ditch or something, or a depression where you can get some cover. If we're in the middle of a tornado and you sustain injuries or notice damage, call us and let us know. We need to know what's going on during an emergency. Reporting, let's see here, pardon me. It is imperative that emergencies or potential emergencies are reported on campus. It's important for security to know what's going on so we can take the steps we need to assist you all. Emergencies are any of the things we've discussed before, but they are not limited to that. Emergencies can include things like medical situations, drug or alcohol abuse, physical violence or assault, Title IX situations that can be reported to the Title IX officer, or other situations. Potential emergency situations can include identifying depressed individuals, broken handrails or stairs, unknown people around campus, noticing aggressive weather change. None of these lists are exhaustive, but they include examples of situations that might occur. If you see something, please report it to us or to the proper people. Some emergencies get reported to the deans. They have a system of filling out incident reports. But the general rule is we would rather, as the Calvary University staff, would rather hear about an incident that may be nothing than, oh, that's probably nothing, and then it turns out to be a situation. So please, if you have any doubts, please report it to the appropriate officers. Non-emergencies. Calvary Security is happy to handle non-emergencies, but we prioritize emergencies. Non-emergencies are things like locking yourself out of your dorm room or needing a package from the mailroom after hours. We are happy to do those if we are not otherwise occupied, but please understand that those things are not our priorities for obvious reasons. We've gone through all the stuff that we're thinking about daily that are our priority. So yes, if you have something that's not an emergency, please call us, but understand that our guards are on call. We will answer you 24/7, but that's an emergency line. If it's not an emergency, we'll get to you at our earliest convenience. That could be right away. That could be on the next shift. So evaluate your options outside of security. We'll do the best we can for you, and we'll see what we can do. Who here has ever had to call 911 before? Okay. if you know that's in that moment, you're going to be running high on energy, you're going to have adrenaline. It's important to try to keep a clear head when you're reporting either to security or to 911, whatever situation is going on, to make sure that the proper authorities get the information they need, such as names, locations, descriptions of the scene, descriptions of any vehicle, which include license, make, model, year, and color of if an incident involves a car, description of the actions or taking place, and so. Try to be, if you have to call us or 911, please be as specific as possible, because then we can assist you even better. I got behind a bit. All right, I'm going to finish up with one last thing. Just put this off to the last because it is not of emergency potency, but one of the things you might run into us more often than not is tickets. Because of all the stuff I mentioned before this is low on my list of priorities. It is something we do. I don't want to be writing tickets to you all day, so I'm going to give you some advice so that you don't get tickets from security. Things we ticket for: abandoned vehicles. This is not you just parking on campus. This is, say we get to the summer, or you move out and after you graduate and you just leave your vehicle and it's just, you abandon it. If you abandon your vehicle on campus without notifying us, we will tow it. We are happy to store vehicles for you if you come in and register with us. Just give us a heads up. We've stored vehicles for students and staff, but give us a heads up if you're leaving your vehicle here for an extended period of time outside of the school year. Calvary parking permits. Everyone should have these or be in the process of getting these. If not, please come talk to me. From next week on, starting Monday, we will be checking for these. This is not to micromanage you. This is to make sure that everyone who's on campus after a certain time of the night is supposed to be. And so make sure you get your parking pass from me, and you won't have anything to worry about. Careless parking. Parking over the lines, parking in a spot that's not yours, i.e. the handicap spots. Please do not use a handicap spot unless you need it. Please save those for those who are in need. We require that those who use the spots either have a tag or they have a specialty handicap license plate. If you do not have one of those and you need to use the handicap spot, please come talk to us. We can give you a Calvary handicap parking pass. It should be noted that only works on Calvary's property. Reckless driving. Be smart. Don't be stupid. We won't give you a ticket. Don't drive the wrong way on the road. Don't trespass. That's a kind of a weird one. That's not one we run into very often, but if a building or room is locked and you don't have a key and you have not been given a key by me or IT or your manager or whatever, don't go in that room. Don't break into places. Improper vehicle passage. I won't list things here, but do not drive your vehicles improperly. The one thing I will note is that if you are not from Missouri, please note that it is illegal for anyone under 26 to drive without a helmet, ride or drive on a motorcycle. So please do not drive your motorcycles without helmets, because we don't want to call your parents and tell them that you've splattered your brains across the pavement. I think that is it. Sorry for the sudden ending here, but we want to get you all to lunch and registering for the ball game. Do you guys have any questions before I'm done? Alrighty. I think we will end there. If you haven't got it yet, please get our number. Please talk to me if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or compliments. And thank you all for your time. Let me close this in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you that you are the God who protects us. Lord, we do not take that for granted. Please continue to protect us as we enter this new school year. Lord, thank you for these students, these staff, and faculty. Thank you for this body. And I just pray as we enter this year that we will glorify you in all we do. And we thank you for your many blessings to us. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you were dismissed. One thing I forgot to note, receptionist gave me a heads up. This isn't a security thing, but they found a lost gift card, and they have it at the Madison Hall front desk. If you lost a gift card, go talk to them.